Welcome to episode 18, probably, of the Alliance Dispatch. I am your host, as always, Danny, Dispatcher number 1. I'm not going to introduce everyone else because they're not important, because they didn't get top 8 PQ this weekend, but someone did get into the finals. That's a big first loser to our boy, Jaimee Stone.
Let's go, top loser of Nottingham, let's go. Biggest bottle job.
Yeah, Dispatcher number 5 is probably what you deserve as well. Because you are the first loser, therefore lowest ranked in the numbering.
Tracks for me.
Yeah. So it was a good weekend. It's the first tournament I think we've all been to outside of an Athena one.
Yeah.
I've been to showdown
together, but not a PQ.
Yeah. Were we all at the Athena PQ?
No,
we weren't. That's
I
our
was
first
in,
one.
I was in York.
Wasn't there?
yeah, in the showdown, yeah. So, well done for us. First time that we've all been on the podcast together as well.
5 grown men could get the same Saturday off. Let's go.
It's
No,
literally
it's
Monday.
not.
It's not. I think it is. Oh no, it's the first time where Jamie's got a webcam and isn't wearing a nice, very attractive dress.
Put it on if you want to get the live show going instead.
If you could, yeah, that'd be great, mate. I can't really see the mullet with the headset as well. You need to sort it out. You need like little earbuds.
Sorry, I need to go check something downstairs.
Oh. The
Sorry.
viewership either went up or down. Then I'm not sure.
I just had to talk to my girlfriend because I have a girlfriend in a mullet.
Jesus Christ. He's flexing everything on us, guys.
Yeah.
Sorry, let me just.
Oh, he's just whipping out his trash, isn't he? His garbage.
Never
Mate,
forget.
That's a really good. That's a really good book.
It's already quite late, mate. You're gonna put me to sleep with this. Let's crack on.
Yep, that was only 8 years ago now.
Only Jesus
I
Christ.
8 years ago now.
I am the most recent winner with my store showdown. The champ.
True.
I am the champ.
Technically above a, because weeklies don't count.
No.
Me and Michael were leaving school when you won that, by the way, Danny. I just want you to know that. I want you to know that me and Michael were just finishing school when you won that. I want to nip that one in there real quick.
Great, I'm so happy for you both. Real happy for you both. This is why I don't win anymore, because I'm too old. It's a young man's game. I reckon, I didn't ask anyone, but looking at people's like faces, I reckon I was the oldest person in that top cut.
Yeah.
Really?
I don't know. The person that.
Boku's older than you, surely.
Who?
The guy who won.
Yeah,
No.
that's what I was about to say. The guy who won.
Really? I thought he kind of been like 30 odd, I reckon.
Yeah, I was reckoning like late 20s, early 30s.
Yeah, he wasn't.
Really?
Yeah, he was fresh-faced.
Yeah, he was right. I don't know.
Yes. Well, if you're out there, let me know. If you're in the top cut at Nottingham last weekend,
How old are you?
put your ages in ASL.
And yeah,
Down in the chat.
and your national security number, if you wouldn't mind, and your address. That'd be
Mother's
great.
maiden name and the CVC off the back of your card. Thank you.
And the name of your first pet.
All useful information. Right, we should probably actually talk about Star Wars.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nah.
Bad game.
So, yeah, it is pretty trash. DJ broken? Question mark.
DJ, they just need to change a core rule in the game to say that you can only destroy your own resources, and then it's fixed.
Sure.
Done.
Yep. And then, with that fix, is Han 1 any good?
Yes.
He's still
You
good.
reckon?
Yeah. He's not as good, but Han has. When we glide into the SS section in a bit. Han,
That took 4 minutes.
Han has won
Yeah, I saw.
in 3 colours. There's one in yellow, blue, and red
Yeah.
in a PQ.
Yeah.
And I think it's only a matter of time before a Harney green.
Did
wins.
you see how many PQs Mr. Solo has won over the last 2 weekends? He's won 11.
9?
11.
Is it 11?
How many PQs have there been?
Hang on, I've got this all in front of me.
13?
33.
33?
So that means Han 1 has a 33% PQ win rate.
He's getting
Are
up there.
we looking
Where's
at
Sabine?
the same thing?
I'm pretty sure.
thoroughly organised here, chaps. Let's go.
Yeah.
Proud of everyone here.
If not, it's
So
damn close
on, it's 9. According
9.
to SWU Competitive Hub,
to that. Okay.
it's 9
Has it
and
been updated?
and 51 top 8s.
You know, because Danny's got his crystal ball that he got from winning Destiny 8 years ago. It lets him see into the future. I was competitive.
Yeah. I don't know whether or not Swing Competitive has been updated quick enough.
It might not. It might not because there were a couple
Yeah. I think
last night in the States, right?
I'm pretty sure Harm 1 is at a 33% PQ win rate second weekend. I mean, obviously, we still have like 100 PQs to go over the next, 4
There's
weeks?
a lot more. Yeah, there's a lot more. There'll be a much bigger sample size this time around.
But that's pretty crazy, right? Like, even if it's not at 33, so it's a little bit lower, it's still above 25%.
Definitely up there.
Yeah.
And what was Boba at when he got banned? What was Boba's PQ win rate?
57, I want to say. I think he was sitting quite comfortably at 60 odd around the time it was all happening, and then I think he dipped right at the last minute to like 50 something.
Because like when Stephen like posts the results of all the PQs coming in, all I notice is just different decks, and it didn't really occur to me that actually, when you look at it properly, that Han's just so much higher in the win percentage.
Yeah, I think it's interesting because apart from that, there's like that one where it was like the top 4 was Han Yellow and 6 of the top 8 was Han Yellow, where it looked very funny. I see what you mean, is that you look at it and he doesn't stand out, you know?
Yeah, like you
He's
see
one of 8
like,
making the top cut and
oh
just
look,
winning.
a Krennic one, like that's nice.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. But I think that is healthier than, because I still don't look at him and go, ugh, another Han Yellow, you know, or just a Han one in general.
Yeah, that's the
yeah,
thing.
oh yeah.
Yet, like we've gotten to the end of February, right?
Yeah.
When does it become a problem?
I'd say 33% is pushing it, but then I think he's also only kind of like erupted recently, you know.
yeah.
I think
I had
there'll
this
be an answer
conversation
rotating.
earlier. Dan was saying like, "Where's he come from? Why wasn't he good in set 2?" And I was like, "Well, he wasn't good in set 2 because Boba Yellow was just the flat out better deck. Every time I played against a Harm 1 when I was playing Boba Yellow, I was like, this is an easy win. I've got the tempo. I'm just going to win." And most of the time, that's what happened. So now that Boba's dropped, we just had that big gap since set 3 came out, where there just hasn't been a reason to really play super competitive, right? There's a couple of showdowns at the end of December. You know, the really competitive, sweaty nerds don't really bother with showdowns, right? So PQ season's been out 10 days. And this is the first weekend that we've had some non-American PQs,
Yeah.
I want to say. And there weren't many PQs last week either. Obviously, we had those 3 convention tournaments. So I think this is the first real weekend where everyone's kind of gone out in force with a deck. And then Harm 1's had a really good showing.
Yeah.
With that. So we saw Sabine do good last weekend. Han won this weekend. So if you were going into a PQ next weekend, like I am with London, I'm expecting to see a lot of Han now.
Yeah.
I reckon a lot of people will just be like, not put off by the complexity of having both your hand and your resources and all the smuggle. I don't think that it is actually that complicated. Like, the more I've played it and you learn the lines are just always the lines.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's not something you can pick up like the day before.
No.
Okay. There was a game against a Sabine player that I played, and their whole tactic was just wait for Wrecker, and they were not ashamed to say that.
Yeah.
Like that was their tactic.
Yep.
But with Han, there's a lot of moving parts. Like, you need to know when to bounce something. You need to know when to use cunning properly.
Yeah. Can you just jam tech turn 2 and hope he lives so you can DJ them turn 3?
Yeah.
That's where I find Han like a little bit different to Boba, in that, at least how I view it, is that I think Han is a good leader. Don't get me wrong, like, he's obviously a very good leader, but he ties together a lot of moving parts, like Stephen was saying, that aren't really, like DJ. You don't see him anywhere else, right? Tech, you see as like a sideboard, he ties together a lot of mediocre pieces into something tasty. Whereas Boba took any card you want and just made it something it really didn't need to be. Like Overwhelming Barrage was already a menace, and then Boba Green was like, how about if I did that, and then I myself became untargetable, and I'm out of turn earlier without having to like action cheat, so on and so forth. I just think Boba Fett made a lot of cards that didn't need to be any better, a lot better, whereas Han is kind of, I feel like he just ties together a lot of cards that without Han aren't any good,
Yeah. So
the 33% is still 33%. Like if it's too much, it's too much. But I just don't think it's too much in the same way. It's just a very well put together
I think I'm agreed on that.
little list.
yeah,
I also agree.
Thanks, mate. Cheers for that.
I think great insight, you two. Brilliant stuff. I think definitely the biggest issue in Harm 1 is DJ in conjunction with tech, but even just DJ being able to go on turn 4 with 5 resources, being like Han, flip, attack, DJ, still resource, blow it up, is again just like Wrecker ECL, just nothing that any other deck can do. But I guess in the terms of Wrecker ECL, there are quite a few decks that could do that.
Yeah.
But whether or not it's as effective, I guess.
Yeah.
I think I'm just slightly biased because I play what I play, and so answering Han isn't as difficult for me. I haven't played against it as a deck that can't just insta answer Han. Because like playing Quinlan Red, I can just surprise strike him with half of what I want.
Yeah.
If I sideboard, I can bamboozle him. I can Plo Koon him. I can force throw something. He hasn't. It didn't happen to me at the PQ, and I played. What did I play? 5 games against Han Yellow. I just didn't see it happen because Han didn't live past the turn really. But yeah, I can imagine against other things if you're sat there with a hand, you're like, I can't stop it. I know what's coming,
Yeah.
That's where I can, but I can't. I guess I haven't quite got the full perspective on it.
Yeah, like something like a Sabine, all they could do is, use a pump to either kill tech or pump to kill Han. And that's it really. Where back when I was playing Boba, you'd have that no good to me dead from turn 1 and you'd just be like, well, I'm just holding this until he deploys.
Yeah.
And I've got the Solar Dancer and this deck is going to fall apart at that moment. So I guess, something like a Cad Bane or any kind of yellow villain can easily just put in the no good to me deads, right? Like Django could easily just put in 3 no good to me deads, but no Django plays it.
Yeah, they do.
They do? Oh, okay.
Just not many.
I played against a CAD and they played no good to be dead.
Talking about Django, right?
Or Django. I would definitely expect CAD too, but
Yeah. You need no good to be dead in Django for when they kill Django.
Right.
Basically, because you can't tap anything once they've killed him for that turn, and that's the turn that you get punished, basically. So if you don't have a way to slow the opponent down,
that's when it spirals.
That's when it's like, oh, well, I'm screwed now because I've held all this stuff in my hand for when Django's out because I'm going to tap stuff, and you've just killed Django. So you need to have no good to be dead in there.
Sure.
Which I didn't have in our games. Scumbag.
So
I forgot about that. That's a bit of Norwich cannibalising,
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, I was the OG. I took out Stephen round 1. You took out Michael round 4.
3, 4.
I did precipitate a bit of a landslide for Michael as well. He kept coming up to me after rounds, going, "Look what you've done!" Because did you win a game after I beat you? Did you pick the last? one?
Yeah. I picked up the one after you, and then it was round 5, and then lost the last 2.
Yeah.
And
My bad.
these weren't the only Norwich cannibals because Jay finally got to take down.
Dan, yeah.
Yes.
Took him a lot longer than it took me to beat my Busk Blue
Just
that
had
round.
to had to travel to Nottingham to do it. Fun.
Fresh menu, mate. Fresh air, fresh scenery.
Yeah.
He was on your home ground, mate. He was on your home ground.
Yeah, got him. Finally.
It's about statistically average, right? 8 of us going to a 94-person event, playing each other 3 times. That sounds about right.
That does sound about right.
Yeah, I think round 1 is a bit unfortunate. I don't
Round
think
one
that's statistics, but
Well, at one point, me, you, and myself, Danny, Michael, we were running around at 3-0, so it had to happen. Like,
Yeah.
one of us was about to,
yeah, the
And
round
then
that you
that's when
two
it did
played each
happen.
other, I was sat next to you playing, right?
Yeah, I think we got quite fortunate we didn't play Danny because we were always
Yeah.
crossing the same kind of
Yeah, we
you
were
know,
definitely
level.
like. Yeah.
And then at the last minute, I went. Yeah, you went 5.
You
I went
lost
4,
your
and
last 2, won your last game.
Yeah.
Where I lost at the same time as you, but then won and then lost my last game.
Yeah, we dodged each other. Quite, I think that's if any other thing had happened, I don't think we'd have both made top cut.
No, if we had played each other, that was it.
together.
Only one of us would have made it. But I didn't do that well in top cut anyway.
Yeah. Top cut, mate. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I got my. That's twice. I posted on my little Facebook. Nice picture I seen in the car. But that's the second PQ I've been to, and the second time I've top 8'd a PQ. Some might say that's better than finishing second once.
Don't know, mate. It's not special for me. I always finish second.
Not was it like 67th at your first PQ, mate?
No, I came 43rd at my last one. But it was like 128 p. No, sorry, it was sold to 120. It was 113. But the record was still 4-3, so I was fine with the record.
Yeah.
But this time, 5 and 2 translate into a top cut, and then,
yeah,
it works.
it
Having a good strength of schedule works.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see how busy London is because I know Shepherd's Bush can have more than 128 people in it. So I just wonder if they've kept their tickets or they've just gone mad.
Mad.
I reckon.
Full.
Yeah, I reckon they've gone for the full. I reckon. Because there's another one. Is there another one that day? Southampton's the day after, right?
Southampton's after Norwich.
Oh, Southampton's after.
It is Preston, I think, after London.
Okay.
No, not Preston. Someone beginning with S. Scunthorpe. No, it's not Scunthorpe. Scunthorpe PQ.
It's 5 people in a tin warehouse somewhere, and you've just got to fucking stab each other for the throat.
Why aren't we going for that one?
No, there's 5 of us. We can
Sounds
just
pretty good for me.
5.
I'm in.
Low hanging fruit.
Yeah, give me a second. I'm just loading up the old spreadsheet.
Stock
It is
port?
on the 19th. No one from our slot is going to. It's Cleveland.
Oh, Cleveland.
That's a bit of a trek.
Oh, there
That's
it is.
like 8,000 miles away.
I don't even know where that is.
Where's Cleveland in the UK? I didn't even know there was one.
I'm going to
I
say
didn't-
Midlands.
Yeah. Cleveland.
I'm going to Google. That's Cleveland, America.
Fucking hell, that's far.
Cleveland, UK.
It's by
Guys, to
Middlesbrough.
our Geography Unlimited channel.
By Middlesbrough.
Yeah, and yeah, it's like below Newcastle.
Yeah. Okay.
That's a trek.
Or is there Washington in Newcastle? Okay, that's enough of that.
That's far too American.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're not going up. We're not flying up to Edinburgh or Newcastle for that. Absolutely.
None of
not.
that. It's just Athena for me now.
You doing any in February?
Well, I couldn't tell you what the February ones are, to be honest. I was locked in for Nottingham, and then it was I haven't planned on another one. Then I've got the itch a little bit now after Nottingham. I hadn't planned to be on
There's-
such
There's-
diabolical form.
There's Manchester next month. And Newport.
Newport.
That's Wales way, isn't it?
Yeah.
Or yeah.
Yeah, it's just on the way to Cardiff. For our friends, for our Welsh listeners, viewers.
I did play against 2 or 3 people who said that they had
Played
actually.
against 7.
Yeah, not included.
It's all 7.
Not included
7, I
Danny.
played against 10. You guys should try making the finals. That's crazy.
But yeah,
Come on,
people not included Danny who said that they have listened to some of our stuff.
I did. I played against someone in my second round who says, I thought I recognised your voice. And he listens to us at work. So shout out to the... I've forgotten your name.
It's
Big
not that
Souls,
lad.
Oh
but
god.
Anakin-
You're such a scumbag.
Anakin Blue that I played in round 2. Shout out, mate. Good job.
Ah,
They certainly won't recognise my face, because,
Yeah, that's the first
That's
time I was
that's
seeing
been
you
on there.
mod.
First time it's been on the channel, yeah.
Second, right?
Second,
Yeah,
there's been a photo of me. There is true. There has been a
No, I swear we did one podcast where you had the camera on.
Oh, yeah, you had your phone
Maybe.
webcam.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and then that broke. Or like, gee, it was.
Yeah, it
that
wasn't-
The,
it wasn't
the
good.
dress came in. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
here it is now.
Mhm.
I didn't
Make it
even
stop.
buy-
Make it stop. So do you want to take us through very briefly? I don't want to hear. I don't want you rambling too hard about all the great plays and what an amazing player you are. But do you remember all your matchups from the weekend, Jaimee?
Of course I do. I've been running over in my head on how I could fucking won. Sorry about that. No,
Right.
sorry. Shout out my opponent in the finals. Really good guy. He won. Yeah, but no.
We're currently at 20 minutes. I'm going to give you.
Alright,
I'm going to give you maximum 10.
All right.
Go.
I got it. Opened up against Han 2 Blue, which, you know, my opponent played him pretty well, but TarkinTown into Han 2 is just, it's kind of unfair, right? Both games I played a unit turn 1, he played something with Han, I TarkinTowned it, tempo went from there. I think I just got a nice Kira off on one of them and he just couldn't play anything, and then it just, yeah. Han leader isn't hard to answer in yellow because you can surprise strike him with anything or Plo Koon him or the usual. Then it went mono yellow Han, got deck checked, he had to re-sleeve his whole deck, bless him. It was 2-1, the game he beat me in. I was kind of in control of, and then he hit Cunning, and I remember top decking like an A-wing and something else, and I was like, we'll go next. But he did say he was a bit tilted, and I did feel a bit bad for him, because you could tell he was just a bit unnerved. I think he just like throws you out a little bit, you know? Like you come off the back of a win, you sit down, and then you don't play for another like 20 odd minutes.
Yeah.
My round 3 was against Mark, Fairbrother. We love Mark.
Of
actually
unlimited
met him.
power.
Unlimited power TCG, yeah. I hadn't actually met him properly, just by names we knew each other, so that was nice. 2-1 against him, lost the game where I didn't have a turn 1 play. He was on Sabine ECL, so shocking there that I lost without a turn 1 play. Weird that happens. Round 4 I was against some fucking loser. Round 4 was against Michael. I was against Michael in round 4.
That's so
yeah.
rude, man.
Come on.
No,
Come
they
on,
were.
rude. I was about to
they
say
were-
something nice about you, you know? I was going to
They
say,
were-
hey,
no, they were-
I liked Mark Fairbrother's little tagline for you. Jaimee, spell my name right, style.
Oh yeah. Because I said to him, he was like, he asked for the deck lists and stuff for the video, and I was like, mate, Jaime, right? That's the one. But yeah, our games were good. I don't know how you felt about it, because obviously we played at Zartu, or we played somewhere. Yeah, we played at Zartu and you beat me. And I just played it entirely differently at the PQ. I think I stopped focusing so hard on just Tarkintown in your turn 1. And it clearly paid off. But I don't know if you noticed that it was going differently, because I was trying to play it pretty much the opposite of how Zartu had gone, essentially.
Yeah. I did notice it quite badly when we played it like that. So then I had to like alter how I played, and you kind of forced me to use my epic action for ECL like kind of earlier to sort of regain board state, because you were playing it where you weren't just targeting the first thing that just dropped down, right? You were targeting some actual like important
I was trying
units.
to play under curve, and I dropped like, I think one game was L3, and instead of pinging your unit, I just hit it with L3 next turn, ate the damage. And
I think that's when I ECL Fires for Freedom or something like that to take it out.
Yeah, and then I had Tarkintown ready for that and a unit, and then it just, you're on the back foot then. Whereas when you Tarkintown turn 1, I don't think it matters that much. Yeah, that was that matchup. We'll put a pin in the ECLing early thing as well, because that comes up in the finals quite heartbreakingly. Then round 5 was where it starts to go downhill. I get a bit. Played against another Han Yellow, who played very differently to the first one. He was playing the other line of thought of always Haning turn 1 and just playing a unit. But he was really good. Game 1, he just beat me. I can't remember the lines. He was just all over me like a rash. And then game 2, the hand I drew, I had no choice but to race. And I played Falcon, he played Falcon, so I killed his Falcon. Mine lives. Yeah. We're racing all right, and then he just had Cunning, and so I lose the race. But it's fine. He made top cut as well, so that was good for my strength of schedule. Again, I lost to. I'd been 4-0 at that point, and I was top of the standings, so I was still feeling all right. So then I went 4-1, and I was top of the 4-1s. Played against a Django Red, who again, I didn't have like the greatest cards, but he was also really good. Like, fair play to him. There was just nothing I could do. He was running Vambrace mainboard, and game 1 he had the ISB agent. I did gamble a little bit, played the L3. I played the L3 first. I gambled. He had the ISB agent and the Daring Raid, so did that L3 out of the board, and I'm like, all right, it's fine. You know, it is an ISB agent, and then he slapped the Vambrace on it turn 2, and I didn't have anything to answer it. And so all game I was just playing on like, well, I can't play a single unit that can't get Tarkintown except like Falcon, but that doesn't help me here. And then game 2 was just relatively even, and then he just triple dark raided or something. I can't remember. He just beat me. Like, it was 2-0. So at this point, obviously, I'm I'm sweating a little bit, right? I'm 4-2. I'm like, I'm feeling so good all day. Cut to me and Michael chatting in the corner of the venue, and I'm sat there and I'm like, oh, it's over, mate. I've bottled it. No, never mind. Iron Mental. I started shadow boxing in the corner of the store. Anyone that's in Nottingham saw that. I wasn't having a schizophrenic episode. I was just dialing back in, mate. Michael sat there kind of like deadpan. I'm just boxing at his face, like, yes, mate, I'm dialing in. I'm gonna win the whole thing.
Was that was that in Little Norwich in the corner?
That was in Norwich corner. I was just I was boxed in, and then I went. I don't know if it's luck or not on Melee. I think you said it was random, which even makes me even luckier. But I got the pair up, so I was at this point I was still top of my standing. So I was the top 4-2, and I came against 9th place. So I was 10th, played against 9th, but it was a pair up. And then it was a good game. He was playing Cad Red, but it did feel almost undeserved because both games I was just drawing every spark and every force throw of that kind of line of playing Quinlan Red. And even though I was ripping his hand, looking at his hand, even if I didn't rip it, I think I'd still won. Because at one point I sparked him, and it was a unit, McClunky, and 2 Bosks, but this was like turn 2. I can't remember what the unit was, but it wasn't something he could play.
2
Cad
Bosks
Red.
and a Cad.
It was 2 Red. That was it, yes. And then the first one, sorry, I got rid of his Boba unit. And so game 2, this was how dire it was for him. He McClunkied nothing to ping my Cassian, and then the next turn he McClunkied again, doing nothing, just to TarkinTown my Cassian to save a bit of damage. So yeah, I can't take credit for that win really. I just drew the right cards. Quinlan comes out quicker than Cad Bane. Like, what could he do? I think he was a little tilted to be fair because he'd got the pair down as well.
Yeah, I'd be tilted because that's in the cut right immediately. He's got no chance.
It was unfortunate. I think if he'd won, he might have made it because all the 5 and 6 ones. So yeah, felt bad for that one, but it also saved my day from going down the tilter.
Yeah.
And then, are we doing top cut as well, or is it just Swiss?
Yep, go for it.
Yeah, top cut. Django
3
Red.
minutes left.
Django Red against Lewis. That was much better because obviously I was quite happy in the matchup prior to the one that I lost in Swiss. But this time I drew all the cards. I had the Falcon turn 2 for whatever ship he had. Saw a lot of force throws, which were nice. He didn't. I had the answer for Django one of the games, so that covered Quinlan flipping and then just going away with it. They were quite quick games. Then you were all watching. You all came back. Those of you that were staying in Nottingham came back for the semi-final against Tristan on Kira Green. They were some really good games. That went on for like 60-65 minutes. Game 1, lots of Spark Rebellions, keeping my units alive. Yeah, lots of Spark Rebellions. He had no units, bless him. So he just kept running it down with Falcons, Cassians from Arsenal, any bit of pump I could get my mittens on. I survived the Kira flip with something. All 3 games, his Kira flip didn't ruin me too much. I got rid of her the same action. Can't always remember how. One of them I claimed and just record next turn, because he made her a 7-1 by hitting something. I was like, I can't have that. But then he couldn't answer the wrecker, I think it was, so I just ran it down. And then we all witnessed it. Obviously, game 3, he's on 6 health. It's looking a bit dicey. He drops a Snoke. The only units I had were Ezra and Kira, so I surprise strike with Ezra for 4 at base. What do I hit off the top? I hit the Waylay. So I send the Snoke back to his hand, and he just doesn't have the resources to play anything else.
That was fucking jammy.
Yeah,
So
it was
good.
jammy.
It was so good.
This was after I'd smuggled away both my daring raids, which were the other cards I needed. So the only other outs I had there was, to be fair, the other Waylay was in there somewhere. The other surprise strike, or if I hit a hotshot blaster and just equipped it raw to Kira and then hit next turn. Yeah, and then the final was against Sabine Green. Game 1, he was all over me. He had me. To be fair, game 2, he was all over me and had me. He just didn't have lethal by 1, and my Plo Koon outraced him, quite luckily. We literally, at the end of that game, we just flipped the top of the cards to see if he had the pump. And yeah, game 3, I just didn't have the cards. He had the Jin. I should have just let him play it and TarkinTowned it in dire straits because I knew my hand wasn't great. I think I should have just passed in hindsight and taken that and prayed he didn't have anything better. And then yeah, he played a 2-cost turn 2, so I couldn't even ping that. So I was just I was out of it from game turn 2 in the final game, to be honest.
And watching that last game, when you just see it happen, you're like, he teeters you up the first 2 turns, you're at like 10 health, but unlike that Sabine flip turn, he's just like, right, ECL, pump, 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 pump. Now you're at 22, and you're like, excuse me?
It wasn't even the pump for me. What it was is what I didn't have against Michael, or I don't think against Mark, maybe one game, is you spend so much time against Sabine when you're playing a leader that flips on 5. You're obviously worried about the ECL Poe or the ECL Wrecker next turn, and it just resets it. But all 3 games, he just had the ECL K2. And so I was saying to you guys, like, I don't think I saw about half his list, because every game it was Jin into Sabine or a 3 cost, and then, or Cassian, and then ECL K2. And the problem with that is it takes my ground unit out, so I can't answer Sabine. I can't leave K2 alive because I think he was running Heroic Sacrifice, or even if he's not, you can't leave K2 alive.
Yeah.
But then blowing him up does 3 more damage, plus the overwhelm from K2, and then the Sabine damage. It was just, like you said, it goes from like, oh, it's okay, to I've taken like 12 damage here.
Yeah.
And there is just nothing. I don't think I had an event in game 3. I think I was literally just raw dogging it with units. I think I might have had a waylay, but that was too late. So yeah. I'm glad it was like that though, because
that's your 10 minutes.
Yeah, I gave him an extra minute, but
that's all right. That's all in. That's not bad for 12 hours. 12 hours of Nottingham.
12 hours of Nottingham. Yeah. So not to bore everyone else with us losers. So Jay, can you give me like 3 or 4 moments of the day that filled you with joy or dread?
The most joy was finally beating Dan and not getting the double loss. Literally the highlight of my day.
Nice.
Quite literally. Another highlight was definitely, because I've never actually used it this way, but I managed to smuggle out an L3 to retrieve my captured unit, which felt very good, and that did win me a round. And then I was in the trenches, so I don't even think I've got a third good thing. That was probably finally finishing the day and going for a beer.
In the sketchy pub.
In a sketchy pub that Michael didn't feel safe in.
Yeah, that was a very sketchy pub.
Was that the Peacock?
No, that was the Rose
Rose
of England or something. Yeah.
So, Michael, other than the sketchy pub, 3 or 4 high points, low points? Tell us about your round 4 opponent in great detail.
There was a fair amount of... Yeah, there was a fair amount of low points, like near the end of the day, but at the start of the day, a funny moment was Jaimee was sitting to my right, and I was playing against a double green layer, and I lost the first round, like, pretty decisively. I was just like, oh no, am I going to go out like this to a double green layer? Like, it felt kind of bad. And then, yeah, I kind of just locked it and then just took the next 2 rounds. But it was ropey at the start. Like, I was just like, how have I just been bodied by this double green layer? I was so shocked. He got U-wing reinforcement turn 6, and I was just like, oh, now he's just next. I don't have anything to get rid of these guys now. Yeah, and he was just like, rebel assault. And I was like, oh, it's over. But no, I managed to take that game. Other than that, winning the Sabine mirror was fun. Was nice. Like, if I didn't get any sort of wins that day, at least I won a Sabine mirror. Or the only Sabine mirror I played, so that's another good takeaway. Yeah, those are my 2 sort of takeaways. Everything else was trash. No, it was a good day. It was a good day. Made some good friends with some new people. It was good fun.
Yeah, I saw you flirting with a guy next to me during round, must have been 6, I think, where you had both seen each other at a previous event. It was cute.
Oh what? The last guy?
It wasn't the last round.
No,
it was
Tristan.
like round 6. No.
No, yeah, round 6.
That might have been round 5 then.
Yeah, you played Tristan round 6 because I was sat next to you.
Yeah, I said that. I saw him.
Better not have been, mate, because I was there. Why weren't you playing with me?
Yeah, it was very cute. It was very hard. It warmed my heart. It warmed my heart.
Hey, I just try to be nice and friendly. Okay.
Yeah. Stephen, obviously you didn't have the best day, but obviously your highest point was playing the ex-Destiny national champion round 1. What a privilege that always must have been for you. But other high points and other low points.
Just like meeting folks who knew who we were was pretty cool, and just being able to have a nice little chinwag with some people that I hadn't met in the flesh but had chatted to in forums, on the Facebook page or the KTOD page. That was pretty cool. I thought the event was a good event. There was a couple of questionable things that the judging team did, but in terms of, it was quite smooth. Like, there wasn't
it was a very
any.
well run one.
Yeah, I think there was one round where everyone was sitting around for ages.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I think someone had a
26
time
minutes
extension.
extra.
yeah. But it was like the venue was really nice. Everyone I played was really cool. The last round, I was playing a Kira player, and he sat down and he just went, "Please don't take this the wrong way. My social battery is gone. Can we just play this game and not
It's a
talk?"
long day.
So I was like, "Fine, that's absolutely fine by me." And we ended up just having just a nice, quiet, civil game. I played a 60-card deck for the last 2 rounds of that game.
Of course.
Because I was like, I'm going to give it a whirl, see if it works. And it did seem to work.
Did
So-
you get milled down to the last 10 cards of your deck at any point?
I very nearly got milled out in the first game, in the game that you won.
Okay.
Is that why you went 60?
Yeah, because I scooped. I was like, right, I can't pull myself back from this.
Yeah.
So I stuck all my cards in. Won the second game, and then the third game went to time, unfortunately.
Sure.
But 60 cards, man. That's the future.
I don't think it is.
Making history in this call.
Yeah. 60 cards, no sideboard. Just go for it. Yeah.
I think everyone lost their minds when that guy did 54 cards, right? In his blue green bow.
He did it. He did it again with hard blue, didn't he? That's 52.
Sure. It makes sense, right? It doesn't impact your mulligan if you're looking for a particular card beyond 50%, so it's kind of mathematically fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine. My highest and low point. It's just 2 low points, really, because I had a fairly good day.
Good weekend,
I had a great day, right? Like top 8'd, that's the high point, right? Second PQ, second top 8, go me. So the bits that I like to focus on are my mistakes. 2 big mistakes. Mistake number 1 in the last round of Swiss, which ended up not mattering at all because I lost the game and still made the top cut. I could have had a break and gone and had dinner, and I might have had a better top cut. But I lost round 1 by 1 hit point, and then game 2 I also lost by 1 hit point, but only because I didn't use my brain, and look how much damage was on his base.
Did you miss lethal again?
You tend to do that a lot, Danny.
You love it, mate.
That's
you love
very
it.
regular.
Now, technically,
Very regular.
didn't miss lethal because it was between 2 separate rounds. I traded my ambushy yellow spaceship into his Falcon and killed it because whatever. And the next round, when I went to go hotshot blaster onto Han and then I was 1 damage short, I was like, only if I had used that spaceship last round to hit his base, and he didn't have enough damage to wombo combo me in those 2 actions. So I could have won game 2, which would have picked me into game 3, which means I could have won my last round to not finish 8th, but to finish higher. And then not had to have played Sabine, who ended up winning the whole thing in my first cut in top 8. So maybe I could have got a top 4 or a final, possibly. But
Yeah, mate, we just lost to the winner.
I
Doesn't
played
matter.
so badly against Sabine in my top cut game. It was ridiculous how not dialed into that game I was. It was while you were playing your semi-final round, it kind of dawned on me. Like, I was like, well, because I was just like, I'm just going to clear his units in the first couple of turns, and then I'm just going to then pump face, right? I'm going to just keep him down. I'm going to sort out Sabine, and then once Sabine's gone, I'm just going to go face, and win. That was a really bad plan, because he was very good at holding on to ECL, so I was constantly under pressure of anything I played could just get ECL record through both of our games. And after those 2 games were done, I think each game I did about 4 or 5 damage to his base. And I was like, that sucks. That's a really poor showing. I didn't do anything. And then during your game, I sat there and it suddenly dawned on me that he probably Sabine pinged me at least 3 or 4 times during each one of those games. So I probably actually just never hit his base.
That is so funny.
Totally racing.
That is That's bad, man. That is a poor
Yeah.
performance from you, man.
I
And
don't know, you do. In Danny's defense, I think you do get those games sometimes with Sabine where you're so focused on just controlling what they're doing sometimes, and then before you know it, they've just whittled you down. And you look and you're like, I've done nothing.
Yeah.
I've done nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah. By the time we were playing the top cut, it was what, 7:30, 8?
The start.
Yeah,
What we got back to the
late.
place. Yeah, it must have been like 7:30, 8 for the start.
Yeah, because there was quite a gap between end of Swiss and start of cut, right?
Yeah, it took us like 20 minutes to get home, and we got home at like 11.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me
So I'm going to put it down to...
and Dan got
I didn't have any lunch other than a sausage roll after round 4. Because they also did the thing of starting at 11 and then having lunch at after round 2.
that.
And that was rough. I wasn't hungry then.
That
But
was
I was
weird.
hungry after round 5. So it would have been nice for them to prioritise lunch mid-tournament rather than at midday. But so I ran out of cereal bars and I ran out of Monster. I should have chugged a Monster before the top cut just to like
Give you a little boost.
but I didn't. So I won't make a mistake this weekend.
That monster and slice of Jaffa cake I had after round 6, bro. I can't tell you the work that did for me.
That
I
Jaffa
was so
cake
ready.
looked amazing. I was
Secret
so jealous.
formula.
I was just there after the round 6. Like, I had to win round 7. I was just sat there, just non-verbal. Just it's gonna happen. I've won the day, and it nearly worked. It actually nearly worked. That Jaffa cake nearly made me a PQ winner.
Yeah.
It was good fucking cake, man. It was good cake.
Yeah, man, get them sugars straight to your
Tell you
brain.
what, that's a good review for that cake.
That was, you know what, man? If you're ever in Nottingham near Dice Cup, go grab a slice of that Jaffa cake.
It,
Is
yeah,
it?
it
Jaffa
looks
cake
good.
cake is actually a cake as well, unlike a biscuit.
Yeah.
Because Jaffa cakes are
Yeah.
biscuits.
It's in the name.
Yeah.
Wow, no,
Jaffa
no,
cake
they're
is a
not.
cake.
Well,
They're
No,
not.
I mean, that, there
Yeah,
was a whole tax thing, wasn't there?
they go stale like biscuits, not like cake.
Yeah, they're legally considered cakes. Yeah. Because they just basically didn't want to pay tax, and so they argued tooth and fucking nail that they were cakes, and they were.
Anyway, Stephen,
not
you were saying
biscuits.
something about you and Dan.
Yeah, me and Dan. By the time me and Dan got home, because we went straight home from Nottingham, that's when the final finished, I think.
Yeah.
So that's a late day.
Yeah.
I think, yeah,
How
one
was
of the
your
quarters
trip
went.
home?
Yeah, one of the quarters went just straight to 75 minutes, and then my semi-final probably took about 60 minutes, admittedly.
Yeah.
The finals were probably a half hour, I reckon. But yeah,
Michael went full non-verbal during the finals.
He did.
I was very tired.
He wasn't even looking at anything.
No, he was
Staring.
he was out of it. It wasn't until we got chicken and we were all sat back around the table in the flat that we
Yeah,
all
you got
packed
some
up a
food.
bit.
Yeah.
that's when I started. I got some nice non-verbal time in then. But I didn't realise how long of a day it had been until we got in and someone said something about it being 11. I was like, oh, piss off. And I looked at my phone. I was like, oh,
Jesus,
it,
yeah.
it
You
is.
left at what,
We got- we got-
9:30 to walk down there?
Yeah,
So it's a cheeky
12-hour
day.
of playing.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, in being in, not playing, but in the
Yeah,
venue,
yeah.
like in the
Do-
kind of
Door to door,
mindset.
14 hours, right?
yeah, crazy stuff.
Mm.
That chicken did give me a good second win, though. That was some good chicken and rice. Chicken and rice.
Chicken rice, mate.
And a coke.
Yeah, it's really good for us to all then get a nice cozy night's sleep with absolutely no one fucking around in the bedroom, man. Yeah, it's good.
Oh,
we
okay.
actually-
We don't disclose. We don't disclose what happened.
we don't
No, we don't talk about this. We don't talk
That's-
about it.
Get a really nice night's sleep, man. I loved getting a nice night's sleep.
That's for the OnlyFans. Sign up below to get all
There's gonna be an after,
the
there's gonna be
spicy
an After Dark
gossip.
episode where I just scream at these fucking lunatics.
Oh, can you stop swearing, Jaimee? All right.
No, I
This is
can't.
a
We're
child
family
show.
friendly, all right? We're
Yeah.
family
If anyone,
friendly.
if anyone else experienced what I went through in that little Airbnb room in Nottingham, it's so unbecoming. So
How are you acting like the victim? How are you acting
I
like
am
the
the
victim?
victim.
bro? We're not the victim.
this man in the middle of the
All I know
night
is there's
goes,
a lot
"I've had
of-
enough of being on the bed," and he rolls off the bed with all the duvet and just leaves me and Ethan laying.
Why are
in
you
bed.
okay? Why are you airing it out? Like,
I'm
why are
airing
you
out.
telling?
I'm airing out.
Why are you telling
You're
everyone
the
our
villain,
business?
mate. You're the villain.
I'm not. I was not. I
And
was a victim.
let's not look too far into the fact that there were 3 grown men in a double bed. Ignore that. Skip over that.
Yeah, you guys just came in and just started ruining my
Okay.
party.
Jay, how was the sofa bed downstairs? You had a good
It
sleep?
was lovely, mate. Yeah,
Yeah.
slept by myself. No one was in my way.
Yeah.
Like-
The double bed that I had on my own was also lovely.
Make it make sense.
Make it make sense.
We all
Really
picked.
owned
We all
it.
picked our partners,
You
and then
did. And 4 of you picked each other.
Yeah, it's like what Jaimee. I don't know. I just don't know what they were doing.
I did just walk in on the second night and go, I'm not having the floor actually. I'm a PQ finalist, so I just got in the bed and didn't move.
This is coming from the kid that wasn't driving as well. He was like, "Oh yeah, I need good night's sleep, bro. Sleep in the car, you dickhead."
Yeah, I organised all you lot, alright? Fucking...
Needless to say, you've just got to be the oldest person and an ex-national champion. You get a room to yourself.
Are you listening to this guy? He said that he
you just got- you
organised
just
us.
got
He went
snore
onto the
like
Airbnb. He went into the Airbnb listing and was like, "Oh yeah, that's a third bed." When he saw the second bed from a different angle, yeah, you're really good.
Hey man, I fell for their wily tricks. Alright, I got coyoted.
Yeah.
So I made it all your problem.
Yeah, Michael can book the next Airbnb, is what I'm hearing.
Please, someone said that the last time.
But it will be the
Muggins here
Ritz,
ended up
and
doing
it won't be 35 quid for the weekend. It will be 140 quid for
Oh
the
yeah.
weekend.
Well, Michael will want a
Bougie
butler.
as hell.
He will want a
Yeah,
butler.
where is my butler?
I'll be a butler in the buff for you.
Yeah, I was about to say we get Stephen to be butler in the buff.
Yeah.
Need someone to bring me my cashews.
Why
Like
not?
me. Yeah, my roasted and salted cashews.
Not pistachios.
No.
What's happening?
He's going to show us his nuts.
No, but like,
This is a family-friendly show. You can't get your nuts on screen.
Oh, they're blurring it. We can't sponsor them. Fuck.
There you go. Sponsored by Co-op roasted and salted cashew.
Also sponsored by Miguel San.
Oh, you took the rest of them home.
Well, I'm going to leave him.
Yeah, I'm not going to leave him there, mate. This is treasure.
Oh, alright, that's the sponsored segment gone.
Yeah.
That's the revenue, mate. That's the paycheck. So we can get a big Airbnb next time with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And some
Hang on,
boxes.
I can get some big bucks. There we go. Get that in there.
Big Coke.
I just gotta start. We just gotta start sharing our feet or something. There you go.
thankfully, that was really blurred.
This guy has got dogger's feet as well, so you're lucky that got blurred, bro.
I can't believe this.
This guy's got Velociraptor shit going on, man, honestly.
Yeah, sure. This is you're fucking.
Language.
Your feet look like Bilbo Baggins, bro. You're a hobbit.
This man didn't hit puberty, right? So he sees a little bit of hair on my feet and thinks I'm like Bilbo Baggins just because he's got fucking like smooth skin feet.
Hey, next time you ever see his feet, look at them. They're like, they're
They're normal. They're normal. I'll don't make me get them out, mate.
no.
I'll take his hair. There was my butthole. Do you want that as well? Please sponsor us, FFG, please. We can be trusted with funding.
Yeah, we didn't get any spoilers this season because none of you share, like, and subscribe.
Yeah.
There's no way
I think
anyone's
it's
watching
mine
at
and
this
Jamie's
moment.
fault.
It's definitely not that me and Michael didn't turn up for anything or make anything or do anything. That is not what it is.
Hey, I turned up
know
a
what, you can
little bit.
slap
I
the
turned up a
title
little
of the
bit
video.
more than you.
Yeah, whatever, man. You didn't PQ final, so we'll put that in the title, and I've made up my thing. Like, lower your voice when you're talking to me. Yeah? Let's focus. He's only around the corner as well. He's gonna knock at my door in a minute. I can
It's
feel
very.
it.
It's getting. I'm feeling the breakup.
Yeah.
I'm feeling it.
It's already happened.
It's already happening.
This is
We're even on
how-
opposite sides of the screen on Discord. It's put you in between us for a reason. We don't start bloody going at each other.
Mm,
Hey, where are you? I'm looking
off.
for you. I'm looking down.
You're looking down at me, are you?
and Michael,
Yeah.
look right.
Me? Look
No,
right.
left. Sorry, you're left.
Yeah, he's there for me.
Everyone's
No, Michael, look left. Jamie, look right. And now punch each other. There we go. We did it. We got the thumbnail for you,
For me,
Stephen.
I'm punching off the
Brilliant,
screen,
thanks.
and Michael is punching you. That was great. There you go.
Mm.
Can we have a little kiss as well? Can we just have a little? No.
Yeah, go for it. Go for it. Do it again. Do it again. Do it
No,
again.
you're not. Who are you kissing? Who are you kissing?
You.
I don't want to kiss you. I want to kiss Michael.
But you can't.
Stop trying to sneak in there. Right? We had ours at the top 8.
We did.
What's happening?
Well,
Look, you
what
said
is
don't let
that?
the yap, and now look what I'm doing, bro.
yeah.
Yeah, what is happening? This
So
is not
PQ,
Star Wars
isn't it?
related.
Someone mute
Yeah.
me.
Oh yeah, guys. Remember to turn up to the Athena PQ. We'll be there, and I don't know. We'll say
I don't
hello,
know,
handsome.
give out kisses or whatever.
Oh,
Yeah,
whatever
there you
want.
go.
We're gonna get some sick playmats. We're not.
Yeah.
Oh no! But
Yeah.
if you do come, you will get a hyperfoil.
Whatever that means.
I will personally give you a hyperfoil. If you come up to me at the Athena PQ and ask for a hyperfoil, I will give you a hyperfoil.
He's gonna regret that later.
It's gonna. Yeah, you're gonna be
One way,
way
one-
that.
One per person. One per person.
Yeah.
No
What if
mustaches,
100? What if
stuff like-
100? What if 100 people turn up? Do you have 100
What?
hyperfoils?
What if I come up to you? Do I get one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Nice.
sick.
Anyone who comes
Cool.
up to me at the Athena PQ and says, "Hello, can I get a hyperfoil, please?"
I'm gonna
Are they
find
going to be
disguises all
good?
day.
Are they good hyperfoils?
They're going to be
Maybe.
Destiny cards.
Maybe. Well, I do have an Italian
Oh,
Gary
definitely.
hyperfoil.
Oh. Everyone
Is
wants
that for the
Are you
first person
gonna-
who comes up to you? Yeah.
Are you
Yeah.
going to sign it?
Yeah, I can sign it.
National champion of a dead game.
Yep.
You remember that bit of the podcast where we discussed Star Wars? That was
Yeah,
good.
it was good. I like
Yeah,
that.
remember
yeah,
that
I
bit.
think it was a lot better than like the last 10 minutes. Maybe Stephen can cut it. Maybe he can't.
Yeah.
Well,
this
the
is
last
not
10
gonna
minutes
lie,
was
eh?
quality. That was
I'm not going to.
entertainment. That was peak entertainment.
I'm not going to cut. I'm not going to cut nothing.
Yeah, we are professional on this podcast.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
Come over there.
we hit 50 minutes, which means Stephen can't actually edit this podcast now anyway, because we've gone over the free time in whatever software he uses.
That's
so
true.
I think we'll leave it there.
Wait, we got to talk about
Oh,
Oh.
Captain Fish.
Oh yeah.
before we leave it there, we did have a spoiler.
Captain Fish.
I could get up on screen, but I'm not going to, because I'm not that professional.
Nice.
But we had Admiral Akbar spoiled today. The third leader?
Fourth.
Yeah.
Fourth leader.
Oh, yeah, because we're Ventress as well.
Yeah, we had Ventress. Forgot about Ventress. Who is, what, a 4/8 6-drop
Right.
He's a
yellow heroism with the action pay 1, exhaust a unit, then give the owner of that unit a 2/2 X-Wing token.
Nailed it.
What to say? It's
It's bad.
kind of bad.
Kind of
Yeah.
It's worse than
At
Thrawn.
the minute, I have zero interest in playing Akbar.
I did try and like write down some lines earlier that might work on him. I'm just going to share my screen and see if they. I don't know if you guys can see my notes.
Let me hit watch stream.
I don't know if you guys can see. I was working on it earlier and I just. I think there is something there. Yeah. So I think what you do is you tap 2, right, and then you just do that and you're sorted. But yeah, I don't want to go over too much, but just a little thought.
That almost looks like the art on his card.
Yeah.
It was
Definitely
almost a
art on his card.
perfect rendition of him.
Beautiful,
Wow.
beautiful.
I think you've got him. I think you've got it
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
King
God.
of Crack there.
I think if you play him
Fantastic.
double yellow with Chancellor Palpatine, and you exhaust yourself,
Yeah, that's sick. Mhm.
you can make your 2/2 X-Wing come in ready.
And if you do that, if your opponent is sat there having an aneurysm while you do that, you might just draw. You might actually get away with it.
Yep.
Do you know he actually looks like a floater? Like his white suit looks like a bowl, and his head is just a floating piece of poo.
The art on "It's a Trap" is so much better.
Yeah.
Yeah, the leader genuinely looks like it would be called Admiral Cack Barbaro. Like, look at him.
I think he's also got really good opportunity to have a really sick showcase.
Oh yeah.
That's just gonna look
Yeah.
like a shiny shit, isn't it?
Yeah, like it's a shame that he's unplayable. He's literally worse than Thrawn, and Yellow Villain is better than Hero Yellow as a colour.
Mm.
Oh, the Hero Yellow's been going up though, hasn't it? It's been putting up a fight.
It's been put up a fight, but you've still got it's still not great. Okay, you got Effie and Han and Plo now, like it's getting there. But
Quinlan and Quinlan.
no, Quinlan's a hero as a leader, so you can't play him if you're playing Akbar.
Yeah, but you can just play him. Why would you? Why is Akbar still on your mind? Get
Because I'm-
remove him from your
Why?
thoughts.
Because I'm
Why are we
comparing
still
him,
thinking about
because I'm
Akbar?
comparing him to Thrawn, who for one can exhaust
It's like-
an opponent's unit and isn't played. But what if I told you? Why didn't you, after you've exhausted your opponent's unit, you give them a unit as well?
I think it's good. I think it's a good economy. It would be good in like a game like a commander-like scenario, you know, for the
Yeah.
save game. Here's this, mate.
Oh,
It's a
Twin
gift.
Sons.
I think Twin Sons is where he's at. I think. Yeah.
I originally
Uh,
thought he's not a pilot. That doesn't make any sense, and then I realised he's not a pilot.
Admiral.
Is he
He's an
Admiral?
admiral.
He's an admiral, man.
That's not his first name. He is an admiral.
What is Admiral Akbar's first name? Drop it in the comments below. I'm interested.
Admiral Akbar.
Admiral Akbar.
Sure. Any other closing thoughts on Admiral Akbar?
Not that are airable. So
Worse than some of the stuff you and Michael have said today.
worse than some of the stuff. Worse than some of the stuff we did in that room, mate, and we haven't even vocalized that. That's
Yeah,
That cleaning bill is going to be massive.
yeah. I really, really hope we get a couple of good ground leaders this set. I'm not convinced. And because also B-Wing, which we didn't even speak about at all in our chat,
Oh yeah,
is completely rubbish.
yeah.
Like, if your
That's
opponent's
what
got
the-
3 units, give it a shield, and it's a
They have to be
3/3/3.
exhausted as well, right?
Hmm?
They have to be exhausted as well.
Mm.
Do
That's
they?
3 units.
yeah,
Yeah.
Even if it was what you said, it wouldn't be good. But
3 exhausted units, then you get a shield.
Akbar's first name is Guile, by the way. There you go.
Guile.
Guile,
What?
as in stealthy rogue Guile.
No, as in Gial, whatever that means.
Okay. Gale.
If it was Guile Guile, then that would be cooler. Yeah.
Gale Kakbar.
Gale Kakbar. Yeah.
Beautiful. Right. Well, hopefully the next time we podcast, it will be me with a London PQ win. Stephen with some great stories of behind the scenes of KTAD. Steve's of exploits around London's finest establishments, and a better leader to speak about.
And me and Michael will have won a showdown. Don't worry about it.
and
One of us will take Alpha.
the rest of you would have gone to a showdown. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, any last thoughts? We'll go around the room. We won't start with Jaimee. We'll start with Michael. Go.
Admiral Akbar looks like a piece of crap.
Stephen.
Literally.
Just to give you a little tease of what I'm going to be playing for the next few weeks. Newt.
No.
Newt.
Can I get a newt?
Newt.
Jay.
I need to play better. I played like crap.
Don't we all?
Do you want some pointers from an ex-national champion?
No. I don't want to inflate your ego.
That's fair. Jaimee.
Yeah, man. Quinlan Red, pretty good. Don't be good, be lucky. I know you were going to say it, so I'm just going to say it. So
Yeah.
copy me, mate.
Yeah, but then also be lucky and good.
Yeah. Well, but I tried, mate. I really
Yeah,
did.
I mean, I've literally tried that every day of my life, and I've not managed it so far. So, rather be lucky than good.